Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone above, below, or in between. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Looks like we all made it. And, oh man. If you guys follow my Twitter, then you know that we had a little bit of a family emergency. Thankfully, so far, everybody's accounted for, and that's about as far as into it as I'm going to get. Yeah, if you missed a Twitter post, then I'm not going to bother mentioning it again. You're going to have to dig it out. No, nothing's deleted, but I just don't really care to talk about it too much. That's kind of a private matter there. I don't want to be stepping on anybody's toes, but I did get to re-encounter, the leftists after we met in July. We had a meet and greet in July, and as far as progress report on that goes, one of them, strangely enough, they changed their vote from DNC. From voting for Hillary to voting elsewhere. It doesn't matter to me so long as it's not for Hillary Clinton at that point. But supposedly they voted Republican. I don't know why. Supposedly they voted for Trump. But again, folks, I don't know how honest any of this nonsense is, because you know what I mean. When it comes to people that young, it's the first election. I'm of the opinion that it's okay for them to make a mistake and then find out what politics are all about. You know what I mean? If you're just 20, if you're just recently hitting 18, 19, or 20, you know what I mean, and you almost you never really had a job or whatever. You never collected a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like straight up, that first paycheck normally that's what tells you what is and what isn't. You know what I mean? So I don't really hold those people accountable up until they get to 30 years of age, really. 25 is probably, right around the years where people should be questioning why is it that people are taking so much money, tax money out. You know what I mean? But they're early late teens, early 20s. I don't really have an issue with. You know what I mean? Late teens, early 20s, I have an issue. Right when you get to the middle 20s and 30s, that's when you should be watching your government like a hawk. And that's the first case scenario. So very happy for them. Very happy for them. Hopefully they woke up, but I don't know. If we had a couple conversations, and I'm not going to give any details about that. So you know what I mean. Like I said, I don't judge people based on any of that criteria. It's like straight up. If you're young enough, you gotta learn what life's all about, and that's enough on that person. The other person, on the other hand, staunch still towing the party line, still towing the Democrat Party line, and hook, line, and sinker. And I ain't kidding, folks. It's almost like a religion when you talk with them. They literally said it with a straight face. We were talking about somebody that we both knew that was going to be an engineer, like 100 grand a year by the time they're done, right? I can't remember if it takes 7 to 8 years to get that degree, that they're going to want or they're going to need. But you're talking about a sizable student debt, but it's okay because they'll be making 100 grand a year, right? It's all good. This person, like I said, the one in question, the one that I'm worried about, still towing the party line. They literally told me with a straight face that he gets to be one of the few who can be employed. 100 grand a year, few employed now. That's one. Two, you talk about 100 grand a year. Wow. I don't know if anybody noticed, but the government didn't cut its spending at all with Barack Obama in his whole 2 terms in office. He just didn't, you know what I mean? He was just straight up, screw the people, they're going to pay up everything. All right, so the fewer people that are employed, doesn't matter whether it's 100 grand, 50 grand, or whatever a year, they're going to get those tax dollars from somewhere. That's one. Two, what do you think happens with the poor people? What do you think about the people that aren't making 100 grand a year? They don't just vanish. They don't just disappear. That's another thing to look at. And we only have so many prisoners to put in jail. We only have so much space in our prisons. If you understand my meaning on that, folks. That's just a bad idea. Bad idea. Only a few who get to be employed. Only a few who get to have an honest day's pay for an honest day's wage. Bad idea. But straight up, this person, like I said, they're fully grown. They're dialed in. You know, I couldn't stop this if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like straight up, they told me to my face. I just couldn't believe it. Like I said, folks, I mean, previously when I was talking about, you know how in World War they called a truce just to celebrate a holiday. They were like, hey, we'll get back to killing each other later. For right now, it's Christmas. You know what I mean? Sure enough, the proof's in the pudding right there. I got to see them right around Christmas holidays, and yeah, for them the conflict is still on. For them, it don't matter. Even the family emergency that we all had, that don't matter. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So straight up, folks, I mean, take notes. It's like a religion. It's like a religion with them. They don't care. They don't really get to see. They can't think 2 steps ahead of themselves. Like right now, everything's going good for them. They're the ones that are on top, and everybody else gets to look like crap. And they actually think that they will be the ones staying on top. And you know, this person that was talking to me, telling me that a person that makes 100 grand a year will be one of the few who gets to have a job. The person that said that only makes 30 grand a year themselves. So very quickly, I'm like, what do you think is going to happen to you? You know, it's like straight up, you can't possibly be that stupid. You know, and I'm not going to tell you what the answer I got was. I'm just going to leave y'all hanging on that. But thankfully, yeah, we still had a fairly decent Christmas. We still had a fairly decent New Year's. And yeah, everybody's still accounted for, so everything's all good. It's going to be a rough ride and a rough battle rebuilding this country. Because right now, this is a map that I got from somebody else's Twitter feed. They sent it out to the world. Somehow it wound up on my feed, and you know, I decided, hey, we'll snap a photo of it and leave it at that. This is some of the nonsense that we got running around America. It's like, oh my God, look at all this. It's amazing. But yeah, a lot of work, folks. A lot of work. A lot of work. We got to get about 100 million people employed again. Trump's already working on that. We got to get all those raw deals that are going on overseas, like Japan, either paying full way or taking care of their own. There's that nuclear deal that came up all of a sudden. There's there's Obama passing all those bad, terrible laws against the very American people. He's trying to go to war with Russia. I mean, the list goes on and on. Y'all know where to go. You know who's who. I'm not going to give you any sources on that. You guys should know what to look for if you follow my channel. But in the meantime, yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. It looks like it's going to be an interesting year. Good luck to all. You know who's who. You know what to do. Peace out.